everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a review on a product that I have been talking about for such a long time already, and I think it's time for me to sit down and film a review on it. And the foundation that I'm talking about is the Maybelline FIT ME Dewy and Smooth. Now this does have another version of it, which is the matte and poreless. Now because I don't have oily skin, that didn't really catch my eye, and I was like, I don't know. But whenever I saw this, I was like, yes, I need it in my life. I'm always looking for amazing dewy foundations, and I know that it's very hard for us dry skin girls to find something that works at the drugstore. Oftentimes when I find like stuff that's supposed to be dewy or good for dry skin, it really clings on to dry patches. So I was very eager to try this, so I bought it. I think I paid about $11 to $13 for it. I bought it from CVS, and I'm sure you can find it for cheaper at Target or Ulta because CVS is a little bit more pricey. But yeah, I'm in the color 110 Porcelain, and this is the lightest. No, it's not. This is the second lightest color that they offer, I believe. The one that's lighter than this is a bit too pink, so this is just like the perfect color for me. And what else do I want to say about it before? Oh, by the way, I don't have it on right now. I'm barefaced, but I do have my eyebrows and eyeballs done. So I don't have it on right now, but I guess I'm just going to apply it and then I'll talk about it a little more after I have my face done. So let's get into the application process. I don't use any primer with this foundation. I actually never use primer, so this is kind of true to what I do. If you like primer, then you could totally use it, but for me, I'm just not a big primer fan. The brushes that I've been using to apply this, the first brush is a no-brainer. I love this brush. This is the buffing brush from Real Techniques, and it's just a very nice flat top synthetic brush, and it is pretty dense. I just love the way that this buffs the foundation in. But another brush, surprisingly, that I've been loving for this foundation is the Sephora Pro Dome Stippling number 41, and the reason why I love this, it's extremely dense, but I just really like to kind of stipple it on and then buff it out. So I think I'm going to be using this brush for a nice change today. So yeah, I'm going to be applying it with the Sephora brush. So what I like to do, I really gather it up on my brush and then I just kind of stipple it all over my face, and it does have a scent. I can't really describe what it is. It's not really florally, and it's not like, I just can't explain it. It's not as strong as like a Chanel smell, but it is along those lines. So if you're kind of irritated by smells, then maybe the smell is gonna bother you, but for me it's no biggie. This is one layer of foundation, and I don't have any concealer on or anything like that, and you guys can see it covered pretty well. It is kind of like a medium buildable coverage, so I just have a little bit more on my wrist, and what I like to do is kind of go into the places where I feel like I need a little bit more coverage. And for me personally, I don't like to spot conceal, and I know that that's like, people love spot concealing. I just don't have the patience for it, and I don't have like, I just don't like doing it basically, and I don't like the feeling of concealer all over my face. So that's why I just like to cover up whatever I can with my foundation. So I just kind of go back in, and I'm barely using like product on my brush, and I'm just kind of stippling it over the areas where I feel like I just need a little bit more of a covering thing. And obviously everyone is different. Everyone has like a different kind of problem areas on their skin, so you do you. So this is just foundation, no powder, no concealer, no anything like that. And you guys can see it doesn't make your face look masky, which honestly, I have foundations that will do that, and sometimes I want that look, but this is just an amazing foundation if you kind of want your skin to really show through, but you don't want to be like letting it all out, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it just gives a really nice coverage, and I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see the kind of glowiness of it because I am using a lot of artificial light today because it's raining. So yeah, it just gives like a really nice finish, and I'm just going to do some concealer, and I'll show you guys the powder and concealer I use just so you can see what I do. So yeah, so I'm just using this pen concealer from Estee Lauder. And I just want to note that this foundation really goes with any type of concealer that you want to use. So whether you're using something super full coverage like my MAC Pro Longwear, or you're using something light like this, or like Touche Éclat from MAC, not from MAC, from YSL, or anything like that. So it just blends well with any concealer. So that's what it looks like with the concealer just underneath my eyes and nowhere else. And as for powdering, a lot of people with dry skin don't like to powder, but for me it's a necessity. It's just a step in my makeup that I love to do. I can't really put on anything else before I powder, so I just like to powder and kind of seal everything. And I love MAC Studio Fix. This is a very... People get really angry when other people use MAC Studio Fix as a setting powder, but clearly I love it so much. It just works for me, you guys. It really locks everything in place, but I don't feel like it makes me super dry, which is weird because it's a matte like foundation. I use a fluffy brush this one's from Sonia Kashuk, and very lightly I just dust it all over my face. Okay guys, so now that I have all of everything done on my face, I want to kind of sit down and talk to you guys about the pros and the cons of this product. Now, obviously it's not a secret that I love this thing. I use it all the time. It's been beating out my Urban Decay Naked Skin, my MAC Mineralize, which I love, but I've been literally putting it out and not even touching it because I have been obsessed with this foundation. It just feels good, it looks good, and that's pretty much like all there is to a foundation. Like, I just want a foundation that's gonna feel light on my skin, give me a decent amount of coverage, and not look cakey and disgusting by the end of the day, which is a really big thing. And at first when I purchased this foundation, I thought, oh, it's a good little cheapy foundation that I could use whenever I'm running out the door, or I'm going to school and I don't want to waste my expensive stuff, or sometimes when I film when I film like talking videos, I just don't always want to use my most expensive products because I'm gonna wash my face right after. But to my surprise, this has become like my holy grail foundation, which is, it tells you something. You should really give drugstore products a chance because sometimes they're really great. And another thing that I wanted to say is it has an extremely long wear time, which is very rare for a dewy foundation. I wore this to a party from like 8 p.m. all the way to like 2:30, and it was like kind of a warehouse thing. It was really hot. I was wearing a leather jacket and I was sweating, but you guys, this stayed throughout the night. And when I looked at myself in the mirror, I was like, how? Like, what? My eyeshadow was creased, but my face was looking flawless. So honestly, you guys, I really recommend this product. Even if you have oily skin, the one thing I would say if you have oily skin is maybe you want to kind of prep your face a little better than I would, because when you have dry skin, the foundation just clings right on. But I understand for oily skin gals or guys, you guys have to use more products so the foundation can really cling. So you could totally use like a mattifying primer and just powder right after, and you should be totally fine. And I didn't use a highlighter because I want to show you guys the natural kind of finish of the foundation. Clearly I put powder on top of it, but just showing you like when I smile, the way it looks, I'm just like, yes, the way it looks. I don't really have a lot of negative things to say about this foundation. I guess a lot of people really hate the fact that foundations don't come with a pump. For me, it's not really a big deal because most of the foundations that I use don't have a pump, but it's just, I don't know. And then another con, not for me, but for other people, I know that people get really annoyed when foundations have strong scents. You know what? This actually does smell like Chanel Vita Lumiere. If you've ever smelled that, that's kind of what this smells like, but it really fades away once you put it on your skin. It's nothing like the Chanel one where you could really smell that strong perfume, so I wouldn't worry too much, and it hasn't broken me out. I have very sensitive skin, no breakouts, no nothing, so this foundation gets an A+ from me. Okay guys, so that's pretty much it for my review on the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth Foundation. I hope you all enjoyed this review. Give it a big thumbs up if you guys want me to do more reviews on more products. I do love doing reviews, but sometimes I feel like I'm super late to the bandwagon, so that's kind of the reason why I don't do them as often. But anyway, subscribe and comment and all that stuff. Also, I'm going to start leaving everything that I'm wearing on the face in the down bar below, well, the info box, because a lot of you guys asked me what's on my lips, what's on my eyes, so I thought it would just be easier for me to put everything down below. And that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!